Assalamu alaikum student. How are you? Now today we are just going to start the new chapter, chapter number 14. The name of the chapter is Refraction of Light and Optical Instrument. Now today we will discuss about the refraction of light through prism, lenses, thin lens formula, magnification and optical instrument human eye. You know very well what do you think about the refraction of light. I hope so you know or in the previous classes you have learned about the reflection of light. Now here we can define as refraction is the change in the direction of a wave passing from one medium to another medium. Repeating my definition, refraction is a change in the direction of a wave passing from one medium to another medium. Here we can say that reflection means whenever it is just going to pass through a medium, so its direction will be changed. Here, reflection is the bending of a wave when it passes from one medium to another. The bending is caused due to the differences in density between the two substances. Mean we can say that according to the explanation of the refraction, the bending is based on the density of the medium. Whenever the density of the medium will be greater, then the bending of the wave will be greater. Mean their theta will be increases. Here we can say reflection of light is one of the most common observed phenomena. But other waves like sound waves and water waves also experience refraction. Refraction makes it possible for us to have optical instruments such as magnifying glasses, lenses, and prism. It is also because of the refraction of light that we are able to focus light onto our retina. Mean we are observing daily in life, so this phenomena is also based on the refraction of light. Whenever light passing through our retina, so it is just going to form an image. So refraction is the bending of light when it goes from one medium to another. So, when a ray of light passes through a glass prism, refraction of light occurs both. Mean when it enters the prism as well as when it leaves the prism, since the refracting surfaces are not parallel. Therefore, the emergent ray and incident ray are not parallel to one another. In this case, the ray of light is deviated on passing through the prism. So, what are the causes of the refraction? Here we can know, we can understand some different causes of the reflection. The first one or first cause is that the change of speed results in change in direction. Whenever the speed will be changed, then it will change in the direction. Let's suppose a light ray refracts whenever it travels at an angle into a medium of different refractive index. This change in speed results in a change in direction. As an example, consider air traveling into water. The speed of light decreases as it continues to travel at a different angle. Here, the base thing is that is the refractive index. Or the refractive index, we can say that is the ratio between speed of light in air and speed of light in medium. Whenever their ratios are changing, it means the refractive index will be changes and it will cause on the refraction. Now let's see it. Here we can say there are two medium are present. The first one is air. Air is the rare medium, and the second one is the glass, or we can say that is a water. So that is the another medium, and this medium glass is denser medium as compared to the air. So whenever incident ray passing through the air and enter into the glass, so what will be happen? We are observing that the ray of light is just going to be bent. So this ray is said to be the incident ray, and this ray is said to be the refracted ray. Incident ray, we can say the ray which comes from any source, and refracted ray which is just going to pass through the medium and bending it. Now here, refraction of light in glass is shown in the figure above. When light travels from air into glass, the light slows down and changes direction slightly. When light travels from a less dense substance to a denser substance, the refracted light bends more towards the normal line. If the light wave approaches the boundary in a direction that is perpendicular to it, the light ray does not refract in spite of the change in speed. So, when we discuss in the previous lecture like the refraction of the light, the laws of reflection, so here we also having the laws of refraction of light. Here we can say in the first law, the incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal to the interface of two media at the point of incidence all lie on a same plane. I'm just going to repeat in a simple way. We can say incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal lie on a same plane or same point. The second one is that, or the second law is the ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of the angle of refraction is a constant. So this is also known as Snell's law. Snell's law we can also said to be it is the ratio between the sine of the angle of incidence and the sine of the angle of refraction. Now on the second way, we having the refraction of light through a glass prism. First of all, we have to understand what is a prism. So we can say prism is a glass piece or triangular piece, or we can say a glass prism is a transparent object having two triangular ends and three rectangular sides. A glass prism is a transparent object having two triangular ends and three rectangular sides. The refraction of light in glass prism is different from a glass slab. This is because in glass prism, the incident ray of light is not parallel to emergent ray of light. Now here we can say that when a ray of light enters the glass prism, it gets deviated two times. When a ray of light enters the glass prism, it gets deviated two times. First, when it enters the glass prism, and second, when it comes out of the prism. This is because the refracting surface of the prism are not parallel to each other. Also, when the ray of light passes through the prism, it bends towards its base. We can just going to follow it like that. First, this is a diagram of the triangular prism. So here, this is the incident ray, that come from a source of light. So when it is just going to pass through it, so after reflection it will be bad. So here we having the different ray. This one is said to be the refracted ray, mean the media in the medium of the uh, glass prism, this ray showing the refracted ray, and the ray which come out through the prism, this ray is said to be the emergent ray. Now let's see here another figure. When the light is passing through this prism, so it will be bent into the glass prism, and after refraction it is just going to form a beam of light, and this beam of light consists of the 7 colors of light, that is said to be the spectrum, or we can say that is the vibrio, and it consists of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet colors. Now here we can say that what does angle of deviation mean? Angle of deviation, we can say the angle of deviation is defined as the angle which is obtained from the difference between the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction created by the ray of light traveling from one medium to another that has a different refractive index. After that, another terms which we are using in the experiment of the glass prism. So another one is the angle of emergence. The angle of emergence is the angle of the light coming out of a medium. For example, a glass slab with a parallel side. The first medium could be air, and the second medium in the middle could be water or glass slab with a parallel side. So the ray of light travels down at an angle through the air and enters the glass. So we can say it is the angle of emergence. Now, another topic we having, that is the lens. So what do you think about the lens? We can say a lens is a transparent substance of glass or plastic bounded by two surfaces whose at least one surface is curved. Mean, according to the spherical mirror which we have learned in chapter number 30, we have learned about the spherical mirror. Spherical mirror mean that is the hollow section. So here in the lens we are saying having the curved, means in lens we also having a curve. So we can say a lens is a transparent substance of glass or plastic bound by two surfaces whose at least one surface is curved. So we can say types of lenses. The classification of a lens depends on how the light rays bend when they pass through the lens. So there are two main types of lenses. The first one is said to be the convex lens, and the second one is said to be the concave lens. Convex lens is also said to be the converging, and concave lens is also said to be the diverging lens. Now let's see, these are the different lenses. So here this is said to be, this is the convex lens, this is also said to be the convex lens, this is also said to be the convex lens, and these lenses are said to be the concave lens, concave lens, concave lens. But convex lens or concave lens are also can be differentiated in their types. Mean both having the three further types. The first type of the convex lens is said to be the biconcave. Biconcave, we can say that in the both sides they are showing the convex, Biconvex means on the both sides it having the outer curve. It having the outer curve. Now, in the plano-convex, we can say one side having the outer curve while the other side is plane. And in the positive meniscus, mean from one side it is a convex and the other side it is a concave lens. So that's why it is set with the positive meniscus. Now the second one, we having the type of the concave. This is said to be the biconcave. In both of the side, it having the inner curve. And mean from the middle, it is thin, and from the edges, it is the thick. While in convex lens, from the middle, it is thick, and in the edges, it is the thin. Now, concave means from one side is a plane and the other side is concave. And in the negative, meniscus means from one side is a convex and the other side is a concave. I hope so, student, you will understand. Now, the second one, we are going to define about the convex lens as well as the concave lens. Now, first convex lens, we can say convex lenses are thick in the middle, I was told you, and thinner at the edges. It is two. A concave lens is flat in the middle and thicker at the edges. A convex lens is also known as a converging lens as the light rays bend inwards and converge at a point which is known as focal length. On the other hand, the concave lens is also known as diverging lens because it bends the parallel lights rays outward and diverge them at the focal point. We can say when they are just going to be change their object distance, so it can also be except of the we can say the converging, it can be produce a diverging diverging point. Now, convex lens giving us the real and inverted image. Here, its Q will be positive because it is forming the real and inverted image, as well as its focal length will be positive. Now, let's see. This is a bifocal convex lens. Whenever the parallel rays of light passing through this lens, so it is forming an image. So all of these are meeting at a point. That point is set with the focus. That's why this is set with the convex lens or converging lens. Now let's see here. This is the major point, and when the object at infinity, if we place the object at infinity place, so it will produce an image on the focus, but that will be very much smaller. While the another case is that when the object at beyond the 2f, or we can say beyond the center of curvature, so it will also form an image, real and inverted image, but this image will be larger as compared to that. Now, the third one is that we can say when the object is placed at the 2f or at the center of curvature, so it will also find out the focus or find out the image on the in real and inverted form. Now let's see here, but when the object is in between, when the object is in between, we can say the focus and the center of curvature, then we will found a major larger image. It will also be real and inverted. And the third one, we can say if the object is placed on the focus, so the image will be formed on infinity place, which which is not can be appeared or which we cannot be observed it. Now if the we can say that the object is beyond the center of curvature, mean object distance is less than a focal length. So let's see here, if the object is placed less than the focal length, so the image will be formed beyond the screen, then it will be erected, and we can say it will be now we are going to discuss about the concave lens. Concave lens, we can say it is a type of lens that diverge a straight line beam coming from the source to a diminished upright virtual image. Mean by the concave lens we got the virtual image is known as the concave lens. It can form both real and virtual image. Concave lenses have at least one surface curve inside. So here we can say uh, in the concave lens we having Q is in negative because it is forming the virtual and erected image, and while its focal length is in negative. Now, in our daily life, we are using major bases the convex lens, like in telescope, used in eyeglasses, as well as used in peepholes. Now, let's see. This is the figure of the concave lens. Here, from both sides, it having the inner curve. Whenever light is passes through this, then the image will form beyond the screen, or we can say that is a virtual image. Now, here we can say it is another pics of this. We can say this is the biconcave, this is the plano-concave, and this is the negative meniscus. And the previous which we have discussed about the types of the convex lens. The first one is the biconvex lens, the second one is the plano-convex lens, and the third one is the positive meniscus. Now let's see formation of image by lens. So by the lens, we can say that a virtual image is formed if the object is located less than one focal length from the converging lens. To see why this is so, a ray diagram can be used. Observe that in this case, the light rays diverge after reflecting through the lens. When reflected rays diverge, a virtual image is formed. In the previous, I was told you that whenever we are just going to change their distance, so when the distance are changing, so their formation of the image will be the change. Somehow it is just going to nearest, and somehow it is just going to the far away. Let's see here, object between a focus and the center of curvature. If the object is placed in between the center of curvature and the focus, then the image will be formed in very much small, we can say, or we can say that uh, uh, on the screen, mean it will be real and erected. Mean the second way is if we are place object on the focus, so the image distance will be infinity. I mean here we are unable to see the image of the object. Now the second one, let's see if the object is very much near or less than the focal length. So the image will be formed beyond the screen and it will be virtual and erected. Now, if the object is at place of center of curvature, so image will be formed on the center of curvature. It will be real and erected, having the same size of the image. And the last, we can say, okay, if the object is beyond the center of curvature, then the image will be formed in between the center of curvature and the focus, and its size will be the smaller. While the last one, if the object is at the infinity place, then what will be happen? So we will get the very smaller image will be formed on the uh, uh, on the focus. Now let's see. This is the thin lens formula. In the previous you have learned about that 1 over f is equal to 1 over p plus 1 over q. So this is on that we was using the concave mirror, but here we are using the convex lens. So whenever an object is placed in or near the focus or in between the focus and the center of curvature, then the image will be formed beyond the skin and it will be virtual and erected. Now, magnification. What is the magnification? Magnification, we can say, or magnification of a lens is defined as the ratio of the height of an image to the height of an object. It is also given in terms of image distance and the object distance, or we can say magnification is also said to be the ratio between the image distance and the object distance. But for the magnification of the lens, we can say that m is equal to 1 plus d upon f, while we can say where f is the focal length of the lens and d is the near point distance of the object, which is about 25 centimeter for the normal eye. Now the next one we are going to discuss about the optical instrument. So what is in your mind? What is an optical instrument? Optical instrument, we can say, uh, the device which process light wave to enhance an image for a more clear view. Optical instruments, we can say that the device which process light wave to enhance an image for a more clear view. Now, the use of the optical instrument such as a magnifying lens or any complicated device like a microscope or telescope usually make things bigger and help us to see a more detailed manner. I mean, by the optical instrument, we can see in a more detailed manner. So, sometimes we are using a microscope. So, microscope is also said to be the optical instrument. Much more delicate instrument are also said to be the electron microscope. So, this is also said to be the optical instrument. So, the use of converging lenses make things appear larger, and on the other hand, diverging lenses always get you a smaller image. Now here we have the different types of the optical, but here we just are going to discuss about the human eye is also working as an optical instrument. So we can say the eye, the first element in the system, is a simple optical instrument. Mean our eye, which we are using in our daily life, that is the simple optical instrument. Why we are saying it is a optical instrument? Very simple optical instrument, because we are using to observe the different object. It is composed of only two positive lenses. It is composed of only two positive lenses, the cornea and the crystalline lens. Made two positive lenses. The first one is the cornea and the second is the crystalline lens that project images into the retina to initiate the visual process. Mean here the project images into the retina, mean the image will be formed on the retina, and retina is working as a screen to initiate the visual process. Now, first of all, we are going to discuss about the structure of the human eye. So, the outermost layer known as the fibrous tunic. The outermost layer, known as the fibrous tunic, is composed of the cornea. When the fibrous tunic is composed of the cornea and sclera. When the first layer is formed by the cornea and the sclera. So, which provide shape to the eye and support the deeper structure. Mean it provides shape of the eye. Mean our eye is just like a spherical object, a sphere. It's just like the sphere, and it is in the circular form. So this cornea and sclera will provide the shape to the eye and support deeper structure. The middle layer, known as the vascular tunic or uvea. The middle layer, known as the vascular tunic or uvea, consists of the choroid, ciliary body, pigmented epithelium, and iris. Mean the second one, middle layer, consists of choroid, ciliary body, number 3 pigmented, and the number 4 is epithelium, and the last one is the iris. Mean by these 5 part based on the vascular tunic or uvea. Now we are going to discuss about that. Structure of the eye is an important topic to understand, as it one of the important sensory organs in the human body. Mean eye is a sensory organs in the human body. It is mainly responsible for vision, differentiation of colors. The human eye can differentiate approximately 10 to 12 millions color. Mean by the eye we are able to differentiate approximately 10 to 12 millions colors, and maintaining the biological clock of the human body. The human eye can be compared to a camera, as both works by gathering, focusing, and transmitting the light through the lens for creating an image of an object. Being human eye is also working as a camera, which work in terms of the focusing and transmitting the light through the lens for creating an image of an object. Now let's see here. This is the structure of the human eye, and it can be elaborated or in the 14 points. So all the points can be differentiated by their structure as well as the color. Now, first of all, let's see. This is the red line. The red line is showing the optic nerve. The red line is showing the optic nerve. Now, the second one, you say this is the point, that is the pink color showing the optic disc. It is the optic disc. And the third one is fovea centralis, number 4. Fovea centralis, which I was told you that is based on the first layer. Now the fourth one is the retina. Fourth one is the retina. Mean this one, this dot is the fovea centralis, and fourth one is the retina. By which just are going to pass it. And the fifth one, this fifth one, based on the gray color, that layer, that layer is said to be the sclera. Sixth one, let's see, this is the lighter pink color, and this pigment is said to be, we can say that is the choroid. Seventh one is the ciliary body. Seventh one, this one is said to be the ciliary bodies. This one, 7 point, it is said to be the ciliary body. Number 1, 8 is a lens, and this lens is a convex lens. Now, number 9, having a curve or dark gray color. So this is said to be the cornea. This ray is or layer is said to be the cornea. Now, 10th one, uh, this one is said to be the pupil, which can be contract and can be expand. This one, or also it is using for the focusing of the object. Now, the 11th one is the aqueous body. 11th one is the aqueous body. Aqueous body means that is the fluid. Now, the 12th one is the iris. 12th one is the iris, which are able to give us for the contraction and relaxation of the muscles. Now, 13 we can say that is the 13th one is said to be the suspensory ligament. This 13 is said to be the suspensory ligament. And the 14th one is said to be the vitreous body. This one is said to be the vitreous body. Now, we are just going to discuss about the external structure of an eye. The first one, which we have observed in the structure. So the parts of the eye that are visible externally included the following. The first one is sclera. What is a sclera and what is its working? It is a white visible portion. It is made up of dense connective tissue and protects the inner parts. The next one is the conjunctiva. Conjunctiva, it lines the sclera and made up of stratified aqueous epithelium. Epithelium, it keeps our eyes moist and clear and provides lubrication by the secreting mucus and the tears. Next one is the cornea. It is the transparent anterior or front part of our eye which covers the pupil and the iris. The main function is to refract the light along with the lens. Means cornea is the transparent anterior or front part of our eye which covers the pupil and the iris. The main function is to refract the light along with the lens. Now the next one is the iris. It is the pigmented, the colored portion of the eye visible externally. The main function of the iris is to control the diameter of the pupil according to the light source. Now the next one is the pupil. Pupil, we can say it is the small aperture located in the center of the iris. It allows light to enter and focus on the retina. Now, the external structure of an eye is also having some defects. It is also having some defects. Three common refractive defects of the eye is the first one is a myopia, second one is the hypermetropia, and the third one is the presbyopia. Okay, thank you so much, student. You will understand or concentrate to understand it. And now here I'm just giving you the home task. The first question is, what is meant by refraction of light? State the laws of reflection. Now, explain in some detail the refraction of light through a prism. Third question is, define lens and its types. Fourth question is, explain the function of human eye. Name its different parts. Okay, thank you so much, boys, for your cooperation. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.